You ready, Tom?
Always.
What's going on, everybody out there? What's going on, Tommy?
What's going on? Nibble, nibble, y'all. You son of a bitches. Everybody out there in Scary Land on Twitter, you can all go fuck yourselves. I just wanted to get that out right from
I'm,
the door. So
I'm glad that you got that out because there's been a lot of effery going on Twitter. Like, I walked away from social media, took a vacation from it, came back, and every time I look at it, it's a disaster. I can't believe I don't know what it is. Is it a mental illness? Is it just wanting to push your own narrative? Is it just not having any brain whatsoever that you can defend somebody who makes racist statements and then turn around and call everybody that has a problem with that
uh,
racist?
yeah, most definitely. I mean, they have to sit there and they have to virtue signal from the highest mountain because they want to make sure everybody hears it. It's like that little yodeler that they always had in all those commercials to sit there screaming across the valley so everybody could hear them. It's one person making all this noise, and then they get another person, and it seems like there's a lot more than there really is. But guess what? It's a very small minority of people who just sit there and they virtue signal and they want to shame you and they want to bring you into their line of thinking so they could feel superior than you. And it's the same kind of nonsense that's been going on in the past with fascists. I'm like, Nazis. Oh, did I say that again? Oh, yeah. But really, I mean, and they refuse to see it because they can't see the shit through the fucking trees, like Marilyn Manson said.
Dude, it's a mental illness, Tom. It's a mental illness. It's people who are just, this is why they go on social media because these are people that are downers. You don't want to be around these types of people. Like they're always just spouting off a victimhood narrative. There's always something wrong with somebody else. Somebody else hates them. There's always something in society that's like, putting pressure on them and making them them feel weird just because they have like fear and hate in themselves. And then they project that. The social media allows these people to collect together and then spout off nonsense to the point to where we just have a complete breakdown of reality with these people. I don't get them all. I don't get them. I don't get them at all.
These self-devoid individuals, they have nothing really going on in their lives other than victimhood. And the victimhood is actually what is empowering to these people. Because once they've declared themselves a victim, they could say whatever they want to somebody else without repercussions because they're a victim. You can't come down on them because then you're a bully. And if you're a bully, well, you're probably one of the other isms or phobes that go along with that as well. And then they can get back on that bullhorn and they can shout it from the mountaintop exactly who you are. I mean, didn't they do that with Gina?
I mean, that's exactly what they're doing with Gina. Like incomplete. Gina Carano is probably one of the brightest people on the internet who's not trying to get in any fights. She's just a target. She's a target for their idiocy and racism. Like this person's racism. It's like a bunch of bullshitters that get together and they know that they can bullshit. Like they all understand. It's like they just sit around and they know what they're doing, but they don't care because they're hateful and they want to cause pain to other people because they can't deal with their own shit, and they can just distort reality all they want. They know it. They just run along. They just run with it because I don't even think they care about truth, facts, or anything. Because as long as people like Krystina here is causing some type of pain or generating hate mobs, as long as they're causing pain, that makes them happy. It's the only thing that can make them happy.
I don't know. Didn't they just recently make a big deal out of somebody supposedly generating hate mobs and everything too? Made national news.
I was bounding into comics, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bounding into comics, and the trending on Twitter, like the explanation of why it was trending on Twitter, complete narrative, totally wrong. Facts doesn't matter, especially with Jack Dorsey and Twitter. Facts doesn't matter to a lot of these people running social medias because it gives them revenue. Like they do not care about you or me, guys. Like one thing I always try to say, look, this is not about racism or sexism or systemic any damn things. This is about classism. And it's also about people who just want to make money, don't care about any of us, and want to continue to make money. I don't. When is everyone going to be sick of it? I think, actually, dude, eventually we're just going to have to stop talking about it and take all the air out of the room from these people.
And that's the biggest thing that a lot of people can do. And it was one of the reasons why I refused. I refused to watch The Mandalorian because I seen where Disney was still heading. A lot of other people had hope. I had none because I seen the writing on the wall. Disney was not going to change. And it doesn't matter whether Favreau actually has the best intentions at heart or not. He's one sole voice in a room full of idiots.
Tom, I was one of and it wasn't that I was trying to keep hope alive. I just wanted to see if Favreau could do something better than what we've gotten. But in the end, you're right. Look at the reaction that Luke got, and then how Lucasfilm itself, Pablo came down on the fans. You know, you're right. You guys were right. I was wrong. They ain't never gonna change. But no, they just keep reinforcing this negative, this racist, awful bullshit.
Oh, and they thoroughly back up the whole idea that anybody who's white's racist, and they're just so ridiculous. I mean, they don't even hear what they're saying. I mean, they sound like that same guy that put people in boxcars.
No, I have to assume that they do hear what they're saying, and they don't care. Because if you cared about the image of your company, you would have knocked this nonsense off a long time ago.
You know what? I want to stress this point, and this is going out to all my brothers and sisters out there that, you know what, you could be my brother and sister, and you do not have to be white. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. But all my brothers and sisters out there are looking at this, well, maybe sitting on the fence and thinking, well, you know, they're just talking about the white people right now, but it's not going to stop there. You got to understand that. That's how these people think. Once they put one group down, and they've put them down, they put them in their place, or at least they think that they have, then they're going to move on to the next group. And what's the next group going to be? Is it just going to be men in particular? Is it going to be Asians? I mean, who's it going to be next? Because it's not going to stop with these people because they eat their own. This is what they do. They've done it over and over again.
I was actually going to mention Asians because they got kicked out of the BIPOC club like 6 months ago. I think they're already setting up the next group to come after. This is all right. This is Bounty in the Comics from John F. Trent. Star Wars and Lucasfilm officially support calling all white people racist. Of course they do, because they're awful there. The official Star Wars Twitter account has thrown their support behind new hire Krystina Arielle and her declaration that all white people are racist. Earlier today, Bounty in the Comics reported on a number of tweets that Arielle, new host of the Star Wars High Republic show, where she called all white people racist. You know, this High Republic bullshit. This is the only way they're getting any traction. Nobody gives a damn. Right? There's like 6 people who give a damn about the High Republic. You know, and all the other traffic that's being driven there is because of this crap. That's it.
Yeah, they're just going to go there. They're not even going to watch the show. They just want to go there to be able to support this kind of narrative and this kind of agenda and this way of thinking and speaking. But beyond that, they're not going to watch your fucking show.
Right.
And then you're going to lose more money. Ha ha ha.
Right.
You know, at some point, you would think that the board of directors would say, hey, you know what? Losing all this money just doesn't look good for our company. But then again, you just don't know. I mean, Disney just may be so infested with this kind of stupid mentality, this victimhood mentality, that they're willing to take the ship and sink it like the Titanic, just the same way that Gillette did.
I don't doubt it. In March 2020, she wrote, "White people effing stop it. Your racism won't save you. Your ignorance is not an excuse." Tommy, did you know that you're an ignorant racist?
Yeah, well, you know, it's all good. You know, I mean, you keep picking on guinea pigs, lady.
What? You know, like, what a blanket statement.
You know what? They wrap themselves up in this victimhood mentality like it's a whoopee.
This person is defended by other very hateful people and grown men who call themselves bronies. You know, like that kind of shit. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, what team? They don't even care. As long as you're reinforcing the victimhood narrative, they don't care who's on their team. Just a reminder that white women are just as complicit in the upholding and enforcing white supremacy. What about I don't know, every white woman who's gotten with a guy of another color and had kids? Is she upholding white supremacy? I mean, what a blanket statement.
Well, I'm sure, according to her, like any black woman that winds up going out with a white guy or marrying a white guy, I'm pretty sure that they're probably had their black card revoked,
right?
And they're now like token white women.
Token. It's awful. This person is terrible. I don't have an ego. Bullshit. I'm also not a bully. I have said repeatedly, I don't owe white people a conversation about racism. She doesn't owe anyone a conversation. So she can just spout whatever she wants, and that's it. You're going to listen to it, and that's it. I've been living with it. Where have you been living? Where? What is your experiences? I'd like to, what caused the person to be this much of a hateful bigot in their heart? They've been doling it out. They've been doling it out where? I am not entering a conversation where people are intent on not understanding me. There's no supporting evidence. There's no supporting evidence whatsoever. An accusation, a victimization, and then, an excuse as to why she doesn't engage in any conversation involving this. You know why, Tom? Because I think maybe she might be full of shit.
Not only that, but she came right out and said it herself. It's all about the echo chamber, because she will not listen to anybody who is not going to agree with her. So the only people she wants to engage with are people that are going to be in the echo chamber and spout off and parrot off the exact same thing that she's doing. White people are racist. That's all she wants to hear. That's what she wants to hear. If you could do that for her, then you could be in her friendly book.
Absolutely. You could rub yourself in peanut butter and shove pineapples up your ass and call yourself a Bernary or non-Bernary. And you're in. You hate white people. Oh, I hate the straight white people. You know, it's like all on the same hateful, stupid team of delusional nut jobs who just need to be snatched it by men in white suits with a big fucking net and just snatch them up while they're wearing their grandmother's underwear and put them in a white padded room.
I'm just saying, you know what? Really, quite honestly, I mean, so many things could be changed in this world if they would just bring back shock therapy.
You think shock therapy is the answer? That's awful. The official Star Wars Twitter account has now come out in support of Arielle's comments declaring white people are racist. Like this is Disney, guys. This is the house of the mouse. If any one of you had any doubts left what they're about, I think that's all been put to rest. These are not people you trust with your children or giving your children entertainment.
The lead people in Disney are sitting around with binkies in their mouth, worried that somebody is going to say something to offend them, and there's a racist comment around every corner. They are hiding under their protective whoobies of white people, and everybody who agrees with white people are racist. And you know what? Nobody can do nothing about it. What we need Michael Keaton to come in out of nowhere and take the whoopee away.
Yes.
It's time to get rid of the whoopee, pal. It's time for it to go.
Our Star Wars community is one of hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Krystina Arielle. Well, like the last sentence just made everything before that nonsense. You just contradicted yourself. You just supported somebody who is supporting racism. All the SJW Star Wars fans, all the Disney, the Dis fans, Dis Canon fans, whatever the hell you want to call them, they're all out there trying to shift the attention from their hero who is hateful and spiteful and nasty, and shifted toward Gina. It doesn't make sense to me. What did Gina ever do? Gina's never said anything that I have seen that is even a quarter as nasty as the things that Krystina Arielle has said. I don't understand it, though.
Well, you know what? Here's the problem with Gina Carano. She didn't have everything in her life handed to her, and she actually had to work for things. And because she had to work for things, and she got to a decent enough position, like being a star on a Disney Plus series, it's all about white supremacy, Now, meanwhile, this Arielle, whatever her name is, piece of trash, I'm sure that she had everything handed to her. She probably was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, and she probably never freaking worked a hard day in her life. And that's why she's able to spit this kind of rhetoric out, because she has no real world experiences at all.
That could be true. Fandom Wire writer and Popcorn Planet host Anna Signore has been threatened with not just physical violence, but outright castration for his defense of Gina Carano in the wake of official Star Wars accounts. Recent statement against bullying.
Let's go ahead and let's make sure that we silence those people that have the voices out against us. And Disney doesn't condone bullying at all, but let's go ahead and let's back these type of people that are telling people like Signore, hey, we're going to castrate you. These are the type of people you want to back, because these are the type of people that like family-friendly entertainment from the Walt Disney Company.
I don't know. They're out to lunch. They don't care. They reinforce this narrative. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you hear about that new Disney project they're working on? The new cartoon, the animated show? Disney and the Castration? Yeah, it's going to be coming out soon.
Andy's Endorses. I've never heard of Krystina. Yeah, none of us did. She's a racist who came out of nowhere spouting racist shit, as far as I know. But I'm confused where your tweet of support for Gina Carano was. She's been endlessly bullied for things she's never even said. Stop picking favorites and truly be inclusive by supporting all your talent equally, no matter who they vote for.
Could you imagine that? What a fucking concept.
That's crazy. I don't get that. I don't understand that kind of future. I've been watching Star Trek Discovery.
That's insanity.
Signore would then proceed to share a number of colleges. What the fuck? What is that? Oh, whatever. I'm just going down here.
Collages?
Collages. I couldn't fucking see the word. The fuck is wrong with me? Signore would then proceed to share a number of collages originally put together by Twitter user Data Racer. 117. Hail, Data Racer! Which collected various social media posts directing hate and vitriol towards Carano for her aforementioned disagreements. This is a cool thread of shit she deserved for being a dipshit conspiracy theorist and a bigot? Talk shit, get shit. Maybe Gina needs to grow some effing skin and she wouldn't have to. What the? Tom.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. They don't need to make sense. I've watched plenty of our other YouTube friends who have their own channels just get into with these type of people over this same type of nonsense. And it just doesn't end with these people because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter what point you make, they're going to turn around and they're going to claim something completely out of left field and they're going to swear it makes sense and they're going to get all their little friends reeing together in a corner.
Yeah. This is mental illness. This is mental illness on social media. Honestly, we got to take the air out of the room with these people. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I don't even care. Andy said something that made sense because they're coming after Gina because she is not anything that they're trying to say she is. And I don't get it. And I hate, I don't know what to do, Tom. I want
to take back the electric shock therapy and I want to move straight to lobotomy for 500.
You know what? Maybe. I get them off social. I think you need an IQ card. I've always said this. We need an IQ card. We need a card where you have to take a test. You have to take a test built on several different parameters. You should take it 3 times in your life. One when you're a teen, one in your 20s, and then you can get a reevaluation in your 40s. And that card will say whether or not you are able to drink, whether you're able to get on social media, have access to the internet. I don't know, drive. What you're, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's where we need to be. I don't know. Maybe that's a little crazy.
I think some people actually need that card to even be able to go out in public. Quite honestly.
Yeah. Because as far as I was concerned, these are people walking around in clown shoes, wearing their mother's dress. I don't know what the hell's going on. Tommy. I can't anymore with this crap.
They're so mentally devoid of having any kind of real understanding about how things work in real life, and it really is a shame because these same ones that sit here and they cry about white supremacy and everything white is racist, or they just claim every man is racist. Whatever happens to be the story at that time, they're the same ones that'll sit there and they'll talk smack about the Karens. But what they don't see is they're just like the Karens. They're just like the Karens sitting there reeing and screaming at a freaking cashier, or screaming at another customer into the store in the store until somebody maybe like throws a drink in their face or shoves them across the aisle. I mean, they're exactly the same, and they're just so dumb. They're so blinded by their own hate and their own vitriol that they don't see it.
So they're Karen justice warriors.
Yes. Karen justice warriors.
You heard it here first, guys. Thank you guys for being here so much. Tommy, thanks for stopping by again, brother.
It was my pleasure. My pleasure.
Guys, you out there, you be good to each other as much as you can. And we'll see you next time.
Later, y'all.